Hello and welcome back to the 7th video. As you can see, this is going to be a little bit of a long process. So yeah, we're working on our attack animation, and we were sort of running into a bit of a problem. It was attacking right there. What was the other issue? And he was sort of attacking right on top. So we want him to attack, sort of stop moving just before and then do the swipe. We don't want them to be on top of each other like they are at the moment. So we are actually going to modify this a little bit. So where we had this part here, I'm going to control exit just to cut it. We're going to put it back down in a second, but I'm going to create that attack function that I had mentioned before. Whoops, what's that? Attack. You know when things try to help you too much. Okay, so I'm just going to get out of this. Oh, man. Okay, attack. It just will not do anything. Okay, let me just, hopefully this. Okay, there we go. Visual Studio being too helpful. Okay, so now I can just come down after the update function here and create my own method, the attack function method, whatever you want to call it here. Okay, so this attack function is going to sort of do the same thing. It's going to set the animator, okay, to attack. And then what we're going to do, and this is a little bit different here, we're going to create an event. And this event, and it'll be an animation event, we'll be able to grab those animation events and then be able to sort of get the nav mesh to work, and then to sort of enable, the enable to false, we'll turn it off, and then we'll turn it back on. And then that way, it will be able to, how would I say it here, it will be able to stop moving and then start moving again. Okay, so what we'll do here is go back to Unity. And what I have to do is go back to the Mummy LP. I'm just trying to think here. I think I got to go right to the real guy here. And just give me a second. I got to find the LP, inspector. Maybe actually it's in this one here. Just give me 1 second to think about this. Sorry, I was just clicking on the wrong Mummy LP here. So it is in the our assets, okay? So not in the hierarchy here, not one of our game objects. So Mummy LP, not this one here that I was clicking on, but the main one. And then that brings up, this menu over here with our clip. And what we want to click on is our attack animation, our attack one. That's the one we're using. Then we want to scroll down a little bit and keep down that. And yours might be reduced here. We want to go to our events here. And so what are events? If you sort of think, if we play through this, right, we can kind of see the attack. So what we want to do is create two events. So we want to create an event that would be sort of the attack hit, where we figure the hit will be, and then one where where it's sort of completed. So let me just do the completed first. I think I'll just sort of stop. So basically, somewhere around there, the attack is completed. So we hit the little plus here, and we can give this a name. So the event is the attack completed. Okay, and then we want to find that one where the attack was just sort of starting, or the hit, I guess, really. So maybe there, maybe a little earlier. Just gonna do a little bit earlier. I don't know if I can just pull this back. No, I can't pull that back. Can I pull this back? Okay, I can pull this one back. So I would say he got hit probably about somewhere around here, right, where that hand is coming in. So yeah, again, wherever, I don't think it really matters too much. We'll hit the plus there. And this one, I'll sort of say attack hit. So what these will do, and I'm just going to make sure I apply them, is we can actually access these as functions, right? Because it says function here. We can actually grab them directly from the script. It's kind of interesting. So what I'm going to do is come back into this here, back into our script editor, and we can do void, and we can actually do those two words. So attack hit as a method. Whoops. and then also the attack complete. So we'll just get those in there. Now, what will be interesting is that it will say these don't exist. So you might, put a little comment to yourself, because people will say, oh, maybe these aren't going to be used. And so that can be a little bit of an issue. So you might want to say, from, what do we call this here? This was the events, right? So from the animation events. Because Visual Studio, it doesn't exist in Visual Studio, like in the code, and so these two seem like kind of almost like errors, right, or unused functions. And so if somebody later on came back and said, "Oh, look, these aren't used," they might just sort of delete them. So that's why we put a little comment in there, just to let us know that they are only found from the animation events in Unity. So what we'll do is once we set the animation attack, we'll turn off that navmesh agent, and then that will give us, so navmesh agent dot enabled equals false. That will actually stop him from moving. Then basically when he does the hit, we're just going to, so the animation is going to play, right? And then we're just going to do a debug log for the moment, just to let us know that the player is dead, so killed player or whatever. That's just a placeholder there. And then once the attack is complete, we want him to start moving again. So we're going to do that nav mesh agent dot dot enabled is equal to true. Now this isn't perfect yet. There are some issues, and so we'll take a look at those. I'll save it up there. Make sure I save Unity as well. I haven't done that for a while. Take a look here. Now, on our errors, okay, now we're getting a bunch of errors. Whoops, let me move this around here. I can still move. You see that set destination is off. Ooh, and he's not moving again. He should be moving again. Let's just see here. Let's just pause it. Okay, so he's chasing after me, no problems. So there, set mesh agent. Let's just pause it. I think we can collapse these into one. Yeah, so there is this one here. It did say we killed the player. Attack completed. Has no receiver. Are you missing component? So attack, it probably wasn't completed, was it? Let's just see. Good error here. It probably was attack complete, I said. So let me fix that up. I bet you it wasn't attack complete. I got attack complete. It can't find this. Maybe I did attack completed. Let me save that. Should have actually checked back in Unity first, but whatever. Let's see if we can actually find that. Events. Attack one, right? Can I see that here? So this guy, attack hit, attack completed, right? Yeah, I put a D on it. Okay, perfect. So that should solve that problem. Let's just try this again. So he comes in. Yeah, so now he's chasing after me again. Good. So that was my minor problem there, complete versus completed. And the nice thing too, right, it seems to be working. We're having this nav mesh problem, and that's, it makes sense because we have in the update that it's always looking for the nav mesh agent, and we've turned it off. So we've got to sort of fix that up here. So to fix that up, all we have to do really is, like I said, this is kind of the problem where it's trying to find the player's position with that nav mesh agent, setting that destination. So what we'll just do is sort of wrap that in if. So if the nav mesh agent dot enabled, and that would mean is equal to true. I mean, I could go ahead and type this in. That's fine. We can do it that way. Or if you just do it this way, it just does mean that if it's true. Okay, so by default that's true. And really I don't have to wrap this in parentheses because it's just one line of code, but I think I sort of like to do that just to be consistent there. Okay, so this should remove that error. So let's take a look, save it up, go back to Unity. And so we're looking to make sure that this error doesn't appear anymore. And so if I let him attack me, good. We just get the killed player, and he seems to be working. So I think that's a big improvement, right? We've got him attacking. He's killing me, right? We can see that every time. It's on collapse at the moment, so that's why we're not getting the other ones. He's not over top of me anymore, so I think that's also an improvement. Yeah, looking good. So we're going to stop here. I think a little shorter video, and then we've got lots more to keep going. Make sure you save, and we'll see you in the next video.